If you are new or a veteran GTA player, you know that there is a service tab in your quick menu. If you are new, there will be a lot of grayed out vehicle names and you might be wondering what they do. So today we will cover all the vehicles in the service tab and the features you have from your quick menu so you can be more educated on what they are. If you don't know what even the service vehicles are, let me quickly explain. In the service tab there are 6 vehicles: the Galaxy Super Yacht, Mobile Operations Center, Avenger, Terrorbyte, Kosatka and the Acid Lab. Almost all vehicles are purchased from the Warstock website and have some upgrades which I will go deeper into later. Some vehicles are just an extra cool asset to have and others are a part of some missions and you have to own them to start those businesses. All these vehicles are called in through this service tab, and even with that service vehicle called in, you still can have your own personal vehicle at the same time. Although the game won't allow you to have 2 service vehicles active at the same time. On top of that, all of these vehicles are heavily armored so you can be safe in them. Hopefully that cleared some things up, so now let's dig into all of them deeper. Galaxy Super Yacht is the first vehicle on the list, and spoiler alert, it is just a status symbol. You have 3 options to choose from: the Orion Yacht, which is the least expensive, the 5's Yacht, and the most expensive, which I have, the Aquarius Yacht. They are all pretty much the same except for the cheapest one, Orion, which won't come with a private helicopter or a jacuzzi. On the website you can choose the railing color, the yacht color, the lighting color and type, and yacht's name to further make the yacht more in your liking. When you come to the yacht, there are a few parked up sea toys which you can use to drive around. You also have a helicopter on the top which is also yours, but you won't be able to call it in, you can just fly it from the yacht. And if you want to fly your personal helicopter to the yacht, you have an extra helipad which is not occupied. Finally, outside you have a jacuzzi in which you can go in and just relax. And weirdly, it is kind of relaxing just to sit in the jacuzzi and listen to the calm sound. You also have inside spaces you can go in. The bottom entrance will take you to the interior, which in itself has 2 levels. On the first level you have all bedrooms which don't do much, and if you take the stairs on top, you have a bar where you can order some drinks. If you go outside and go to the top, you will enter the helm, where you have a table where you can start some missions, which are not that good, and you have a captain which you can pay to move your yacht to another location. Unfortunately, you cannot control the yacht itself, which would have been really cool, but that means that the yacht is indestructible since it is not a vehicle, rather it is some sort of a building. So now let's look at what you can do in the quick menu. First off, you can honk the yacht. You also have arguably the best defense system in the game, which you can turn on and it won't allow any vehicles to come close to your yacht and will shoot them down in an instant. And those defenses won't even allow people on the boat to use guns. You also have options for who has access to your vehicles on the yacht, so if you don't want any randoms taking your vehicles, you can make it that way. And lastly, it has an option to choose if you change to swimwear when you go to the hot tub or you just keep on your clothes. This vehicle is definitely not a necessity to have, but if you have 10 million burning in your pocket, you can buy it. The second one is the Mobile Operations Center, and it is more useful. To buy it, you will also have to own a bunker. When you are purchasing it, you can choose to have different cab, which won't make much of a difference other than the looks. Then you can choose what you will have in different bays of the trailer. I suggest picking Command Center for the first bay and Weapon and Vehicle Workshop, which will fill up bay 2 and bay 3. This setup will give you the most functionality. Finally, you can pick different interior colors to make it the way you want to. This vehicle is stored in the bunker and it can actually be upgraded there. You have your regular upgrades for the cab and the trailer, like the respray options. And there is an extra weapon option for the trailer, so you can not only have the explosive cannon on the front, but also 2 explosive cannons on the back. But to unlock this upgrade, you will have to do the bunker research. When you go inside the trailer, you will see this big bay in which you can put your personal vehicle and upgrade it here. In the same bay, you will also have Weapon Workshop, where you can upgrade some weapons and turn them into Mark II variants. Coming through the sliding door, you come inside the Command Center, where you have 3 seats for those 3 cannons outside. Here you will also find wardrobe and a weapon locker. And in the front on the wall you might notice there is a screen where you can start fun missions, which won't only make you money, but it will give discounts on the corresponding vehicles that you will use in the missions. From the quick menu, you will be able to request your mobile operation center and also request a personal vehicle which is stored in the trailer. You can also empty the cab and trailer if some other players are inside. Similar to the Yacht, you will also have options to choose who has the access to the cab and the trailer. This vehicle, unlike the Yacht, can be driven. You can drive with a trailer on or disconnect it if you want to move quicker. This unit is also super armored. The cab can withstand 69 homing rockets and the trailer can withstand 20 homing rockets. And if you're wondering, people can be inside the trailer while you are moving. Avenger is another cool vehicle which is also a plane. On the Warstock website you can customize it with different colors and even add explosive gun turret. Again, you can also choose to have vehicle workshop and weapon workshop inside. There is also an option for the operation center which will allow you to do missions for money making. For further customization, you can go into your hangar or facility where the Avenger is stored. Here you will be able to paint it and apply different liveries. But more interestingly, here you will also be able to add weapons. You can add extra turret on the top and rear for extra coverage. You can also equip it with homing rockets and machine guns to use while you are flying. On top of that, you have bombs which you can drop on people below. There is another really interesting option, which is the Mammoth Avenger Thruster Jetpack, which is stored inside the Avenger. Avenger also has countermeasures, but weirdly enough, only the passengers will be able to use them. When you come inside, you will see a big space for your car and next to it is your weapon workshop. Mammoth Avenger Thruster is stored in the nice cubby on the wall. Moving further, you have 3 gun stations for those 3 explosive turrets. It doesn't matter which seat you take, since from all of them you can switch to different guns on the Avenger. And after that, you will also have a wardrobe and 2 doors, one will take you outside and other inside the cabin of the Avenger. From the quick menu, you can request both the Avenger and the Thruster. When returning the Avenger back to its place, you can choose either to store it in the hangar or the facility. You will also have the same access to cab options and an option to empty both of the places too. More interestingly, you have an autopilot option which you can activate while hovering, and then you can go inside your hold to use the weapons or do anything you want. This plane is really nice and fast too. It is a VTOL aircraft, meaning you can be a helicopter or a regular plane. This feature alone makes it more versatile, since you can both travel fast around the map and also land anywhere you want. Avenger is also really armored, withstanding 23 homing rockets. Next up is the Terrorbyte. To purchase it, you will first have to own the nightclub business, since it is where the vehicle is stored. While purchasing, you have a lot of color and rug pattern options, which is nice to see. You will also be able to buy turret station, which is basically a big multi-target lock-on system, which is not all that great since you cannot aim it to the ground, and by the time you get in the seat, the target might be gone. You also have drone stations, which will launch a mini drone, and it can either zap enemies or just explode and kill them that way. It is not that useful, but it is still a feature. As in other vehicles previously mentioned, you will have the weapon workshop and a specialized workshop, which you will have to own in order to customize your Mark II oppressor. Like the other vehicles, in the nightclub you can personalize the Terrorbyte even more, but it doesn't have any interesting weapon or other options. When you go inside, on the left you will see a big screen on which you can start your other business resupply missions, and on the top left you also have unique client job missions, and doing 5 of them will unlock the discount price for the Oppressor Mark II. And further from the screen there will be your gun workshop and a place where your Oppressor will be stored and upgraded. Moving to the front, there are 2 seats for the drone and turret, and in between them there is the door which will let you climb in the driver's seat of the Terrorbyte. This truck is quite heavy, but not a slow one to drive. While you are in a driver's seat, you can press the control button, which will activate a camera outside, and if you point it at any player, you can see their various data together with some personal information. This vehicle will be able to withstand 34 homing rockets. Next one is the Kosatka, and it might be my favorite one since it is the place where you can start the Cayo Perico heist. While upgrading it, you will be able to change the submarine's color and the flag on the front. Inside you can choose to have sonar equipment, which will allow you to hunt for treasure, and in my opinion, you shouldn't buy it. There is an option to also get guided missiles, so you can launch powerful missiles, which you will be able to guide to their last destination destination. As in other vehicles, you also have a weapon workshop inside. You can also buy 2 moonpool vehicles which will be stored inside a Kosatka. Sparrow is a helicopter which you have to buy, and if you want to know why, you can watch my other video which should pop up here. And second moonpool vehicle is the Avisa submarine, which I won't recommend you buy since it is quite slow and there is no need to have a smaller submarine which is really expensive. When you come inside, there are a lot of floors and lots of rooms like the kitchen and captain's quarters. I would highly recommend you to explore it since inside there is lots of stuff, but let's focus on the main floor, which is the most important. If you come from the main entrance, in front of you there will be a table where you will be able to start the glorious Cayo Perico heist. In front of the desk there is a chair which will let you control the submarine and drive it wherever you want to. Or you can spend a little bit of money to quickly travel with it to pre-selected places. And if you press E while driving it, you will be able to shoot homing rockets if someone is going after you. If you look to your side, there will be Pavel just standing there, and he's the one who will help you on the heist. And next to him there are these 2 seats where you will be able to control the guided missiles. Going to the back of the submarine through these 2 doors, you will find your Sparrow, which you will be able to respray and add weapons to it while it is here. Through the quick menu we will be able to request the Kosatka and both the moonpool vehicles as well as the dinghy which comes with Kosatka. And it is just a little boat which will help you to get to your submarine. And you have the same access options, but the return options are a bit more unique. If your Kosatka is beached, you can request it to go into open waters by a press of a button. And if your Kosatka is left underwater, you can request for it to come to the surface so you can store your Sparrow inside. Overall, this submarine is amazing, and if you are new, I highly suggest getting it since Cayo Perico is the best way to make money in this game. And not to forget to mention, it can withstand 12 homing rockets. And last but definitely not the least is the acid lab, which is also a great business. This vehicle, unlike the others, doesn't need to be purchased since you get it for free after completing all the first dose missions, which will be quick and fun. When you have it, you will be able to upgrade it inside your freak shop. There will be a lot of personalization options together with some ramming weapon and mine options. You can also buy armor upgrade, which will make this truck withstand 48 homing rockets. Inside there is only the acid lab business, and you will have to go here to buy the supplies and sell the product. Here you can also speed up the production by doing some of the finest Peruvian nose candy that a man has ever seen. The business inside, when full, can make you about $350,000, and it is a passive business, meaning the product will be made in the background while you are doing other stuff in the game. The quick menu options are pretty much the same apart from these few things. You can rename your product name and the vehicle name. You will also be able to call in your delivery bike, which comes with the Acid Lab, and you will also be able to customize it inside the freak shop. The Acid Lab drives quite well, and with the big scoop on the front, it will launch all the cars out of the way. This vehicle is definitely worth to buy for the business inside. So these are all the service vehicles, and I hope the video helped you with any questions you had about them. If you liked the video, please subscribe, and I will see you lovely people in the next one. Have a wonderful day. I recorded this recording for 27 minutes. It's a 14 or 12 minute video. I don't know what it is now, but you will see it when I create it. Love you.